Good morning, dear students. Welcome one and all to next session of second chapter of the subject bookkeeping and accountancy. We are studying chapter 2, that is meaning and fundamentals of double entry bookkeeping. Till now, we understood what is double entry bookkeeping system. We understood what is mean by an account. Also, we well studied types of accounts. Today we are going to be aware about golden rules of accounting. You may say we have heard about the golden rules in life, such as the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Transform your thinking, think positive, feel positive, live positive. But now we are talking about accounting here. Are there golden rules in accounting too? Friends, the answer is yes. There are golden rules in accounting. And you can understand how important they are if they are called the golden rules of accounting. Friends, do you understand the value of these rules? If you adopted the rule of life, no one can stop you from reaching at your goal. In the same way, if you acquire these rules, if you very well understood these rules of accounting while recording the transactions, you will be able to record it systematically and accurately. Golden rules of accounting are cornerstone of the entire accounting process by providing the basis for recording transactions. These rules are also known as traditional accounting rules, golden rules of bookkeeping, or the rules of credit and debit. These accounting rules play an essential role in the accounting system. Golden rules of accounting represent the basic rule that govern the recording of day-to-day financial transactions of a business. They form the basis for recording entire entries in a journal book without which the whole accounting would be impossible. These rules help in the systematic presentation of financial statements. Using them, one can easily record expenses and income. If you want to keep your books up to date and accurate, you must follow the three basic rules of accounting. To understand how the golden rules of accounting work, we need to know types of accounts first. This is because these rules apply to transactions based on a particular account type. In last lecture, we understood types of accounts in detail. I mean personal account, real account, and nominal account. Right? Now, after understanding all kinds of accounts, let's explore golden rules in accounting. Let me tell you that there are two approaches, traditional approach and modern approach. In this lecture, we are talking about the traditional approach only. In next lecture, we will discuss modern approach. As far as considered to traditional approach, there are only three rules for three types of accounts. So, let's see one by one. The first account is personal account. What is personal account? We have seen that there are three subtypes of personal accounts: natural personal account, artificial personal account, and representative personal accounts. Don't worry, there is a single rule for all these three. A personal account is an account to be used by an individual for his or her own needs. If a person or legal entity or group of person receives something from the business, then he is a receiver. and in the books of business his account is represented as debited. Alternatively, if a person or legal body or group of the person grants something, that means gives something to the business, then he or she will be the giver and his account in the books of business is represented as credited. That means rule for personal account is debit the receiver and credit the giver. The second account is real account. Friends, we know that real accounts involves machinery account, land account, building account, cash account, etc. They have a debit balance by default, right? Thus, when you debit what comes in, you are adding to the existing account balance. Similarly, when you credit what goes out, you are reducing the account balance when a tangible asset goes out of the organization. Now, you must remember that real accounts can be tangible or intangible assets. So, the rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. The third type of account is nominal account. All expenses and losses and income and gain included in nominal account. Right? See, you will find two groups here. One is expenses and losses. On the other hand, second is income and gain. Keep this in mind. Okay? As per nominal account rule, if a business incurs any expenses or losses, then in books of accounts, it should be debited. On the other hand, if business gains something, that means income or profit, then it should be credited. So, if you want to keep your business books of accounts up to date and accurate, stick to these golden rules. Now see, once again I am telling you, rule for personal account is debit the receiver, credit the giver. You have to identify what that the person is giver or receiver. For real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And for nominal account, debit all expenses and credit all gains. Now, after understanding all kinds of accounts, let's explore how accounting rules apply to transactions. Given below is the explanation of types of accounts, rules with their examples. Let's have this first example. The first example is here, paid to Anil rupees 500. Now see, in this example, Anil account and cash account are involved. Okay. Now Anil account is personal account, and so that here we have to identify that is Anil giver or he is receiver. In this example, Anil is receiver. He is going to receive rupees 500. So he is receiver. The rule for personal account is debit the receiver, credit the giver. And if Anil is receiver, then we have to give him debit. So Anil is receiver, so it should be debited. Now the second account involved in this transaction is cash account. Cash account is real account. Now here cash is going out from the business, right? And the rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. If in this example cash is going out, it should be credited. Now let's have next example. Next example is received commission rupees 1000. Received commission rupees 1000. In this account, in this transaction, we have cash account and commission account, right? these two accounts are involved in this particular transaction. Which type of account is cash? Cash is real account. Now see, in this example, cash is coming in the business. The rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And here cash is coming in, so it should be debited. What about commission account? Commission account is a nominal account. Commission received is income to the business. Right, here the commission is going to receive. The rule for nominal account is debit expenses and losses, credit income and gains. Here commission received is income, so it should be credited. Are you getting, students? Let's have third example. The third example is given here is purchased goods in cash rupees 2000. Here purchase account and cash account are involved. Which type of account is purchases? It is nominal account. Purchases are expenses for the business. The rule for nominal account is debit expenses and losses and credit income and gain. So, if the purchases are expenses, we should give it debit. Right? What about cash? Cash is real account. In this example, cash is going out from the business. And the rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. If cash is going out, we will give it credit. Okay. Let's have fourth example. Fourth example is given here is sold goods for cash rupees 800. Now here cash account and sales account are involved. So first is cash account. Cash is real account, and in this example cash is coming in the business. The rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. If cash is coming in the business, we should give it debit. Now see, what about sales? Sales are nominal account. Sales are income to the business, and the rule for nominal account is debit expenses and losses and credit income and gain. And if sales are income, we should credited it. Let's have the fifth example. The fifth example is given here is paid salary rupees 1500. Here salary account and cash account will affected. Salary account is nominal account. Salary is an expenses for the business. Rule for nominal account is debit expenses and losses and credit income and gain. If expenses are incurred here, we should give it debit. Cash account is real account. In this example, cash is going out from the business. The rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And if cash is going out, we should give it credit. So in this way, we studied 5 transactions to understand the golden rules of accounting. Let's see this chart. Friends, I will insist you to learn this chart by heart. Here, if you find personal account in any transaction, find out that is it receiver or giver. If it is receiver, the person is receiver, give it debit, and if he is giver, give it credit. What about real account? Real account is accounts of assets. And if asset is coming in the business, give it debit. If asset is going from the business or the balance is going down, then we will give it credit. As far as nominal account, all expenses and losses should be debited and all income and gains should be credited. Okay, so you must keep your mind this chart. Friends, today we understood golden rules of accounting to traditional method. Hope you got all of them. In next lecture, we will discuss modern approach of accounting. Thank you for watching today's lecture attentively.